Hey everyone, I am back. It's Dr. Hammond here with your mental health moment. I hope that you have had an incredible week since tuning in last week, Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Mental Health Moment with Dr. Hammond. And for those of you who celebrate Christmas, I hope that you had a wonderful Christmas season with your family or friends or whomever it was that you had this holiday season. I hope you had an amazing Christmas. Again, for those of you who celebrate, thank you for those who are starting to join here. It's Dr. Hammond here with your mental health moment. And of course, as you know, and good evening to you all as well who are joining. Thanks for joining. And as you know, it is the very last Tuesday of the year, which is crazy to think about how this year started to fly by. So this is the last Tuesday of the year. This is the last mental health moment of this year. And then, of course, we're starting a brand new year. So I hope that many of you have had an opportunity this month to listen to some of the mental health moments. If not, you can always watch the replays because we have, of course, been talking all things wellness as we move into this new year and strategies that you can use and start to implement as we start this new year here. And thanks for those, again, who are starting to join here. It's Dr. Hammond here with your mental health moment today. And today I really want to remind you, because as the year is winding down, we're about to start a new year. I want to really remind you of this idea we've been talking about. It's been the theme of this month about healing, emotional healing, and knowing that whatever it is that you may be healing from emotionally and mentally, that moving into this new year, you have the opportunity, please don't forget, you have the opportunity to work on your healing, but also work on thriving as well. Because a lot of times people don't think those two things go together. And I really dislike, as a psychologist, I really dislike this notion and the language that I see a lot on social media about people being broken and those types of words being used, because that's not necessarily, it doesn't necessarily have to be true. So you can be in a place where you're healing emotionally or mentally from whatever that situation was, and at the same time be thriving in what you're working on and your goals. And thanks so much for those who are still starting to tune in here. It's Dr. Hammond here, and we're basically continuing the series for this month as we move into the new year about emotional and mental healing and your wellness. And one of the things I recommend that you do moving into this new year is to really think about the language that you are using about yourself, because words do matter. So saying things like I'm broken, saying things like, or thinking that there's no hope, saying things like you're never going to make it or you can't get through this, all those sorts of negative types of emotions and feelings and things that you're telling yourself on a daily basis. I know it's not easy to stop those thoughts, but I hope that you will work on recognizing when those thoughts start to come up and starting to replace those thoughts with more positivity. And again, I totally understand this is not an easy process, and it's definitely not an overnight process, but it's a start. As you think about the start of this new year, normally many people are very excited. Hopefully you're excited about the new year. You have some hope, you have some momentum moving into this new year. So as you move into that, maybe hopefully different mental place, normally what happens is by February or March, we start to get into some of our old habits. So instead of that happening, I just want you to remember to continue to think about the language you're using internally, like the thought process that you're having with yourself, and working on improving that. And thanks for those who are still starting to join here. It's Dr. Hammond here. Peace, joy, love, and unity. Thank you. It's same to you. It's Dr. Hammond here with your mental health moment. And thank you. So for those of you who are new to Mental Health Moment, by the way, welcome. It's Dr. Hammond. For those of you who tune in every single Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, welcome back. As I was just mentioning, we are winding down the year. It's really hard to believe in a couple of days we will be in a new year. But I wish for all of you, and that's one of the reasons why I've done Mental Health Moment for the past couple of years, because I genuinely wish for you to work on getting to a place of peace of mind, because it's a different type of lifestyle when you have peace of mind. Now, peace of mind is not something you necessarily can have for a lifetime and something that's uninterrupted. We know life is going to bring about surprises, sometimes good and sometimes not so good. Sometimes things are very emotionally painful, sometimes things that bring us a lot of joy. But for you to have that goal and understand that hopefully most of the time you can work on having that peace of mind. And when those things come up, which they will, that's what life does. It brings us disappointments and failures and grief and all of these things along with the positives, right? But when those things come up, because you understand how to get back into a peaceful place of mind, you're better able to handle those things. So that's the whole purpose really of mental health moment. So that's what we talk about. For those of you who are new, every single week, every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we talk about tips to get through life, frankly, but tips to really better your mental health and better your mental wellness. And as I always mention to you all, this is not designed by any means to replace therapy or more professional help. I am a psychologist, yes, but these are just tips, obviously, each week. However, if you do need a mental health professional, you all know, as I always tell you, please be sure you can reach out on my website, drnikishahammond.com. You can send me a message on any social media platform. You can find me on there. Many of you do. And I'm happy to give you resources or referrals to someone in your area. So that obviously is also an option for you if you say, you know what, Dr. Hammond, I've tried so many things at home, but it's just too difficult right now. Or maybe it's whatever it is, it's grief or it's loss or it's or you're struggling just emotionally with life and overwhelmed. That's totally okay. And it's totally normal to feel that way. And I want to remind you that it is okay to seek help. It is absolutely okay to seek help. It doesn't mean you're weak. It doesn't mean, you're crazy. It doesn't mean that you're not smart. It doesn't mean any of those things. It means that you're strong and you're brave and you're working on being a better version of who you are and just getting through some difficult times. So I want to remind you, each and every one of you, that. And thanks for those who are still continuing to join here. It's Dr. Hammond here. Yes, with your mental health moment, someone said it's all about mindset. It really, really is. We have talked for years on mental health moment, right? About mindset, because it's true. Someone said in the comments here, mindset is everything. It really, really is. No matter what goals you're bringing into the new year here, mindset is everything. And that is something that will get you through. Now, it is a lifelong process, though. So don't y'all think that coming to a couple mental health moments is well, I hope it drastically changes your life, but that's not all that you need, right? So you need to be surrounding yourself, whether it's your social media, whether you like books, whether you like podcasts, whatever it is that you listen to or watch or surround yourself with, to make sure that you stay uplifted. That's going to be really important because there's so much negativity around, right? There's unfortunately a lot of negativity, but tuning into the positive aspects is going to help, and continuing to always work on your mental toughness is really where it's at, because this is a lifelong process. You're not going to be the same person in 10 years from now. The next 10 years, you weren't the same person 10 years ago, right? All of us change. So along with that comes a change in our mindset, which is why it's a lifelong process. But thank you for sharing that. Don't speak negativity against yourself, speak life and uplifting things. Absolutely. Very, very true. So I wish that for you all moving into this new year. And again, at the same time, I always tell you all, do not beat yourself up, though. There's plenty of studies that show that we have way more negative thoughts, unfortunately, than positive thoughts. So you're not alone in having negative thoughts. It's just a matter, it takes a lot of practice. It really does. Sometimes it may take therapy. Sometimes it may take other types of interventions, depending on how you handle the negative thoughts that come about for you. But I want you to really think about your mental health and how you can, really just be a warrior. Like just take hold of those negative thoughts and think about how to reverse them and think about putting them into the positives. And again, there's different levels to this, you all. There really is, as my mentor would say, there's levels to this. My mentor, one of my mentors, Jeremy Anderson, would say, there's levels to this. But there's also levels to your mindset and getting to a place of your peace of mind and getting to a place where you're mentally tough and able to handle a lot that life is going to throw at you, right? And yeah, you're absolutely not alone. Thanks for sharing that. And I want to, as I wrap up here, I want to remind you all of that because I've literally spoken to thousands of people in my career and heard stories from people from all walks of life. And what's always so fascinating to me in this field, in this mental health field, is that there are literally millions, millions and millions of people who have depression and who have anxiety. But when I speak to people, many people feel that they're alone in whatever the circumstance is. And like 99.9% of the time, you're not. There's someone else, even though it feels that way, there's someone else that has been through what you've been through, the exact same thing, believe it or not. There's someone else, there's many people out there that are depressed, that are anxious. Please, I always tell you all, but please do not believe everything you see on social media. It is a highlight reel of people's lives. I've had numerous people in my career tell me that more or less everything they're putting online is a lie, because they're trying to hide their depression and they're trying to hide their anxiety. So it's a whole nother mental health moment. But that's what happens. Basically, that can even lead to depression and anxiety. When you're looking online, you're seeing all these people's stories and their lives, but the reality is a lot of it is not really even true. And there's a lot of people that are hiding mental health illness, frankly. So don't try your best not to compare yourself to what's online, because most of it is not, I won't say most, some of it is not really true. So I'll remind you of that. And good evening. Thanks for joining. I see you all still joining here. But again, I wish you a happy new year in advance. The next mental health moment obviously will be in January. We'll be in a brand new year, which is crazy to believe. So again, I hope you have an amazing New Year's Eve when you're, again, thinking about moving into this new year, remembering, of course, too, your mental wellness goals. There's no right or wrong. The main thing I ask you is that don't beat yourself up for wherever you're at in this process. All of us are at different places in this mental health journey. Be proud of wherever you're at. Be proud of where you are, and remember to celebrate your small wins too, along with the big wins, but also the small wins. If you're just taking baby steps right now, good. That's fine. Okay, we celebrate you too, because you're starting and you're moving forward. That's what matters the most. If you're celebrating a big win, we're going to celebrate that too, right? So again, just continue to celebrate small wins, big wins. Everything counts. And and happy, I see you all saying Happy New Year to everyone. But yeah, Happy New Year to each and every one of you. If you need me before next Tuesday, you can always reach out, drnikishahammond.com, or Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, Clubhouse, whatever social media platform. You can find me on there. And I am more than happy to answer any general questions, or if you need a referral or any resources whatsoever related to mental health. Happy New Year to you as well. So thanks so much again, you all. And I will be back next Tuesday in the new year, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on Black Women Empowered Incorporated Facebook page and YouTube Live and LinkedIn Live. So I'll see you all next week. Be blessed, and I'll see you. Bye, y'all.